Hello, I'm here to talk to you today about the EPA. The EPA is not the only one to blame for coal plants shutting down in the United States. I plan to persuade you on why economics have had a larger impact on shutting down coal plants rather than just politics or EPA regulations. Economics was way more instrumental in shutting down U.S. coal plants than environmentalists, politicians, or government regulations. This is mainly due to the fact that the average age for coal power plants in the United States is now over 40 years old. This is a steep contrast when compared to other sources of power generation in the U.S., which has an average age of about 10 years old. As we all know, technology has changed tremendously over the past 40 years, making these older plants obsolete and uneconomical. According to M.J. Bradley and Associates, the main factor has been the price of natural gas, which has had the biggest impact on coal consumption. The cheap and plentiful natural gas has been credited with reducing coal consumption by over 49%. A lot of us work in the energy field, and we have friends and family who work in the energy field. Jobs in the energy field have traditionally been considered a lifetime career. These innovations in the energy field and cost-cutting measures are cutting a lot of these careers short. I will now discuss why economics was more instrumental in shutting down U.S. coal plants than environmentalists, politicians, or government regulations. A lot of this is due to the fact that the average coal plant age is over 40 years old, with the last new plants being built in the late 90s. These aging plants have expensive maintenance costs. They are facing stiff competition from more efficient plants. They have not kept pace with technology. And coal plants see production and delivery of fuel as 50 to 60% of their production cost. And we also saw coal consumption in 2008 being the lowest it has ever been in the past 39 years. Another key factor is hydraulic fracturing has made natural gas cheaper and plentiful. 2008, we saw the average price for natural gas being about $11 per MBTU. A MBTU stands for 1 million BTUs. MBTU is occasionally used as a standard unit of measurement for natural gas and provides a convenient basis for comparing the energy content of various grades of natural gas and other fuels. 1 cubic foot of natural gas produces approximately 1,000 BTUs, so 1,000 cubic feet of gas is comparable to 1 MBTU. Like I said, in 2008, the average cost is $11 per MBTU. By 2016, we saw natural gas averaging less than $3 per MBTU, which is about $33 per megawatt hour for a combined cycle power plant burning natural gas. According to Lazard, the most economical coal plant's production cost is $20 a megawatt higher than power produced by a plant using natural gas as a fuel. So roughly you're looking at $55 to $60 per megawatt versus $33 per megawatt. In 2018, we saw 70% of the power produced by coal plants to be more expensive than power produced by any renewable generation resource. This is predicted by 2030 that 100% of the power produced by coal plants to be more expensive than any renewable source. Currently, less than 27% of our power is generated by coal plants today. Coal-powered plants used to generate over 50% of our daily demand for electricity. Renewable energy has become a cheap source for power generation needs, and this is due to unlimited free sun and wind, more efficient units due to technology innovations, zero emissions, which has great public appeal, and also these plants have zero demand for water to cool the plants. As I've discussed, economics has been way more instrumental in shutting down U.S. coal plants than environmentalists, politicians, or government regulations. Natural gas powered power plants continue to be a cheap and reliable source to supply our electricity demands. Renewable energy is growing in leaps and bounds with technology refinements making it one of our cheapest sources for power generation. The free and unlimited fuel gives it a huge edge, with the only negative that it is an intermittent resource. Once storage for electricity catches up renewable technology, it will completely change how our power is produced forever. I want you to understand that economics has been the #1 reason coal plants have been closed in record numbers in the United States and will continue to do so. And I do not want you incorrectly to blame a certain president or government regulations on these plant closures. Economics, for the most part, has pulled the most weight than regulations. Regulations have contributed towards closing coal plants, but has not been the main factor. Most of these plants are just no longer economical to operate and cannot compete with modern technology. Thank you for listening to my speech.